Hello everyone, and welcome to Animation. Today I'm going to watch Dr. Stone episode 19. I think the episode is called To Modernity. Not really sure how to pronounce that word. Modern and itty. Modernity. What does that mean? What is itty? What does that mean? Like progressivity? Is that even a word? That's not a word, is it? Itchy. Like, I understand kind of what it means, but I don't really understand what it means. Shall we Google? We shall. The quality or condition of being modern. Modernity. I'm super excited for today's episode, but then again, I'm pretty excited for every episode of Dr. Stone because I just really enjoy it. I've talked about this before, what I enjoy about Dr. Stone. I'll talk about it again probably at the end of this episode, depending if I like it. If it totally sucks, I will say. You guys know me. I'm not one to lie about how I feel. So, without further ado, let me put in my earphones because I forgot that I can't hear without them. Oh god, we begin here. Wait, was this when he revived that guy? Yes, Hyoga.
ここは3700年後の世界。君のその腕が輝く新世界だ。こんな奴が役に立つのかよ。戦えばわかるさ。手合わせしてみるかい？
He looks like a bat.
さすがにかわいそうっていうか。さっき起きたとこなのにな。得意な武器を使っていいのなら10対1でも構いません。後悔してももうせいだ。またこれごいす。この中でちゃんとしてる。つまり戦いたくない相手は霊長類最強の男獅子王司くん。俺たちの新世界よ。
How do they know each other?
氷河、自然の恵みは豊かだ。暮らすには困らない。人が誕生するはるかこの世界は1平方センチメートルに至るまで。全てどこかの肥えた老人のものだ。
毎日死ぬほど働いて家賃だなんだで半分以上取られるとかほぼ奴隷じゃん。今にして思えば
人が人から奪い争うのが旧世界だ。
今のが全然幸せだよ。
おい、オールは取れたぞ。
司ちゃんは旧世界でももともとカリスマってのがね、ある種の正論並べられたら口八丁で周りから切り崩すってのは厳しいね。
氷河、君は3700年前の社会を理想郷だと思うかい？
いいえ、いずれにせよリセットされたこの世界で70億人は支えられ。
I'm sorry, but I'm not a rich old guy on the top of the wealth pyramid, and I can tell you that that wasn't because of weapons, it was because of people. Some people are terrible and they want to monopolize the power, exactly like Tsukasa is doing now. Except that the only difference is he only has to manage, 50 people, but he wants power and that's what he has. And rich people, they have power. They have to manage, the masses too. Just like he gets to do. He gets to tell people, you are hunters, I choose to revive you. Tsukasa gets to make all the choices. Just like rich people do in our world today. I'm not a fucking rich person. I don't even have my own house. I rent from my dad. Like, I'm not biased in saying that our world is better than that world because blah 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 blah. It's just that she says while putting on her $10 lip gloss. Well, excuse me if I want to splurge every now and then. But my point is that there are on this island 150 people. Of course, it's easy to make it look like a paradise then, but people want freedom, and Tsukasa doesn't want to give that to them. So that in and of itself is a drawback, right? It's not right. Now, give those people 100, 200, 3,000 years to keep growing, keep expanding, they're gonna want to invent things to make their lives easier. They're gonna want to do their own thing. Some people are gonna want to be artists, but a world like that doesn't have time for artists because everyone needs to be picking berries and slaying boars. What about winter? You're gonna freeze to death. No, we're not allowed to use electricity. So people are gonna die of cold. People are gonna die of illnesses. No one can even fucking have glasses. Oh, but we're so much better off. Like, yes, today's world is a bit shit. There are shit parts of the world. There are people that are really poor. But that's not just because, like, it's not what you think it is. Like, didn't a couple of rich guys plant, like, a bajillion trees just the other day? Like, people are trying. We are doing our best. At least, like, we have some sense of freedom and like our will. We can do what we want every day. Yeah, we have to accommodate like our ability. Like, if you want to become a scientist, you have to study. You can't just wake up one morning and become a scientist. You have to pay to study and blah 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 blah. But like, at least you have that choice. You don't have Tsukasa looming over you like, bitch, I'll kill you if you invent electricity. No, you don't have that. Like, I'm sorry, but they're making it look like, oh, this paradise world, but it really isn't. Give them like 500 years. Let's see the next Tsukasa and the next Tsukasa, and then the one Tsukasa fighting with the other Tsukasa because both want power, and then choosing sides, and then there's gonna be a war with spears, and people are gonna kill each other anyway. Fucking. Oh yeah, and then there's this. Culling.
また妙に意見一致しちゃってるし、戦闘力最強の二人が
同じものを作り直す必要なんてない。
It's gonna happen anyway. Eventually.
と言うべきかわからないが、千空という男は超人的な科学の力で全てを蘇らせようとした。俺がこの手で殺めたんだ。千空さえ消せば。
Their will, even without Senku. Blind idealist. Yeah. I'm sorry, I have still more to say. Okay, so I think I was being a bit too passionate, and it's not always good to be too passionate. You rather have to explain yourself more calmly, and then people won't get too worked up and they can actually hear you. So I'm gonna try and not be as like blah 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 blah, because then maybe people will actually listen to me and see that, you know, it's something to think about. I mean, for those of you who actually agree with Tsukasa, see, his ideal world isn't that much different from our world, because even in our world or in their world, the strong, the powerful, the rich reign over and control and sometimes manipulate the weak. That is just how it is. But in our world, there are there's a lot of people, and it's just kind of natural. If you look at nature, if you look at whatever, there are strong and there are weak, and the weak that can't keep up in nature, for example, they end up being left behind, and that's how it works. Not because oh, humanity is so corrupt and pure evil, blah 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 blah. Like, there's actually a huge part of humanity that, despite their strengths and their riches and their beauty, they want to help others. There are so many philanthropists in our world, people that want to lift up those without power, and some end up doing the opposite and how do you say, help them too much, and then they, instead of giving them power, they just make them weaker, because instead of teaching them how to, you know, rise above, they just give, and it makes them easy. If they just receive, they don't ever learn. So my point is, there are people that are helping, there are people that are not helping. There are people that are helping but not doing, you know, not helping in a lasting way and making things worse, perpetuating the problem. And then there are people that are awful people, but then they inspire the weak to rise above. Like, like there's people that are told you can't, or I'm not going to do that for you, or what, and then they learn to do it for themselves, and then they rise above and they become stronger because it wasn't just given to them. There are people that through hard work and diligence have gotten themselves out of poverty and become like richness begins somewhere. I can look into on Google for so many stories of people who worked hard and had made an invention had an idea, and they became rich because of their poverty, because from their lack there existed a desire within them, and because of that and their diligence, they created something for themselves and served the world in some way, and people were willing to pay them for that. And that's fucking life. It's creativity. It's you know, it's so beautiful that we have the majority of us have that decision, you know, in most parts of the world, in the good of the world. In the good parts of the world, we have that freedom to lift ourselves out of our problems. People that are sick are being healed. People that can't see, like I can't see. In his world, I would be fucked. I wouldn't have been even revived because I would have not had any benefit. Like, what could I give them? I can't fight the boars. I don't know shit about surviving off the land. Like, I would not even have been revived. I'm 27. I would have been killed. I'm considered an adult. I believe in the old world ways. I would have been dead. Tsukasa would have killed me. But my point is, in our world, yes, there are a bunch of things that are still wrong, but at least we have the opportunity to try and make things better for ourselves and for others. Like, it's not perfect, but he doesn't even, like, yes, it's easy for him to make things look perfect, like I said, because he has 50 people to take care of. And he chooses who to revive, and if they don't agree with him, he kills them off. How easy is it to rule a world like that? Like, oh, well, you don't agree with me? Well, me and my friends, dead. So, like, in the real world, people have a say, and they're gonna challenge you, and you can't just kill them off to get your way. And that's why compromises exist, and that's how our world came to be. But yes, there is inequalities. Some people do abuse their power, but I'm saying Tsukasa's doing the exact same thing. I'm sorry. I'm passionate again. Fuck. I tried to start and be logical and explain myself and give something, because the moment you get like blah, passionate and you talk, people are like, their walls go up. And I'm just trying to do it in a more, toned down, logical way, but I just always get worked up. I'm sorry. Okay.
そして銃や日本刀を作り出す科学力。本当にちゃんとしてますね、君たちは。この戦闘そのものが陽動なことに気づいていれば、もっとちゃんとしていましたが。
Oh.
狙いはあっちかよ。
What? Oh. Oh, the pink hair. I love you. Sorry. She's so cute. She's got the lips. Someone get her.
僕の右腕、ホムラ君です。脳が溶けてる他の男どもと違って。
Fuck. Why are the good ones bad?
こっちこっち。家なんざケチケチ守ってんじゃねえ。死にてえのか。化学倉庫に逃げるしかねえ。
Is it even still there? Oh, look at those little old people and children.
火をつけたのは村人をいぶり出すためですよ。その溶けきった脳でも少し考えればわかるでしょ。でも守れるの？こんな人数。子供たちは化学倉庫にかくまえ。それしかない。水だ。こっちだ。急げ。もし壊されちゃったらもう。科学王国はスイカが守るんだよ。おい、あいつを人質にするぞ。一人捕らえれば勝ちなんですから。 科学戦士たちが守る本丸よりはるかにたやすい。
ちょびっとずつ隠れて逃げて科学王国から引き離すんだよ。
スイカベスト。
取り出されないよ。
いたぞ、あそこだ。
何スイカが止めたんだよ。
危ねえのはこの先だ。
凄まじい山おろしの風だ。
嫌な予感がしないでもね。
もう心配するな。毒ガスは下に沈む。
自然様は敵でも味方でもね。実に公平だ。近代兵器ずらーりの科学王国。
I love Senku.
いるかよ。今帰って司ママのおっぱいでも吸ってろ。せめてガスを調べてから帰らないと。なんだ、死んだじゃないですか、ちゃんと。すでに千空君たちは各種金属や化学薬品をコントロール下に置いている。
Yeah, that's the kind of world I want to live in. That's an ideal world. That's fucking paradise. Yeah, those are the kind of people I want leading me into, I don't know, forever. You know, those are the kind of people I want in charge of my life and my children. And I'm not gonna have children, but you get my point. Good job, team. Team science.
数の武力で制圧しましょう。僕と司君はもちろん。とうとう司ちゃん知っちゃうよ。千空ちゃんが生きてること。しかも俺らが銃の火薬作れねえことも速攻でバレるだろうな。司たちがせっせと作ってやがる石化復活液の作り方自体は簡単だ。石像一つ直しちゃいねえ。
Well, you've been focusing on curing whatever ailed. What was it? Pneumonia? You made fucking lots of things. So you had to get the people on your side. So I'm totally understanding. I understand why you haven't been able to revive people. Oh, and that, of course, you don't have the nitric acid.
作れなくもねえんだが、アホほど時間と量がいる。実際にもう火薬の使い残しすらゼロだがな。
科学用語が難しくていまいち話が見えんな。
つまり銃はあったとしても数撃てねってバレてんだよ。だったら司はがっつり人数集めて。どうすんのそれ。ああ、先制攻撃する。楽しい科学の発明品でな。
私は賛成だ。
イエーイ。
ならば先制攻撃しかない。
泣いて喜べ。ついに現代技術のご登場だ。石の時代からせっせと作ってきた科学文明がついに現代まで駆け上がんぞ。そりゃ通信技術だ。
Walkie-talkies, cell phones. That's just like remember when Taiju was like cell phones. No, it makes sense. No, it makes sense. They can fight. They can make a great plan and they can carry it out through communications. Like it only takes a few people, like ninjas, to infiltrate, but your communication has to be really good. And they can. Yeah, I can see how it can work. That's all I'm saying. Sorry. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I watched Drifters, which is a really good anime. You can check it out if you want. Just 12 episodes long, from the creator of Hellsing. And in Drifters, there were these war. I don't want to spoil how the whole show, but there was basically these people were at a huge disadvantage in terms of numbers and power, but they had a communications device which the other the other side, didn't have. And then one smart guy, he's like this brilliant tactician, he could only carry out this brilliant plan because he could stand in a place where he could see what was going on and hear. Like he used the communication device to like, you know, basically like playing chess, but you can't see all your pieces. So he used a communication device to be able to see all his pieces and the other players' pieces, and because of that communication they were able to win. And that's why I'm saying, like, it makes sense in my head, because you don't need as much power, you don't need as many people, but if you can see everything, if you have one smart tactician that can see everything and that can relay the messages quickly and the plans quickly to people in the critical spots, they can carry out the tactician's plans. So that communication really is key. And this is just based on, obviously, like I said, Drifters, the final few episodes that really played a big role. I would highly recommend Drifters for people that enjoy this kind of story. Like, it's completely different, but there are some very, very similar themes. Like the whole, I don't want to spoil anything, but there are definitely similar themes, so I would highly recommend it. Point, copper, coal, charcoal, beehive. They still have basically all those things. Sulfuric acid, lead, tin. They have all these things. Battery, they have electricity, circuit board. No fucking idea. Oh, plastic. But they can... How long does... Okay, no, it's 3,700 years. Doesn't seem like plastic's gonna last that long. Oh, but those things make plastic. Okay. And then those things make the battery. And then... gold wire coil. Okay, and then mercury vacuum pump. How are they gonna... Phosphorus light bulb vacuum tube. Okay, no idea how they're gonna do all of this, but they're gonna do it. But I just don't understand yet how he's Taiju and Yuzuriha, like, Tsukasa's gonna know now they knew he didn't die? Or have they pledged their allegiance in some way up to this point and he's gonna believe them? I don't know.
村はすでに強大な科学力を持っていました。生きていたんです、千空君が。
This was a great episode! I loved it. Oh, my pink hairs girl. You know, I really would not want to live in Tsukasa's world. His only plan is basically creating a world where people are just surviving, like just getting by. If someone is sick, they're just gonna have to die. If someone can't see, they're just gonna have to be blind. If something is difficult, well, if you can't find it in the nature place, then you're just gonna have to suffer. Like, that's just surviving. Life is about creating and living and making things, like, not just getting by, but like, we're not animals. We don't just eat and poop and die. Eat, poop, procreate, die. Eat, poop. Like, what kind of life is that? That's literally animals. Like, that's all animals do. Like, they just, you know? And people, we want to make our lives easier. We want to make our lives better. If someone can't see, we want to invent glasses. Or laser therapy. Some people don't even have to wear glasses. Contacts. Like, there's always something that's gonna improve on what, like, that's the whole thing. You create a foundation and then people build on that, and that's life. Like, we couldn't fly and now we can fly. We couldn't go to space and now we can go to space. Like, sure, some people get left behind, and that's shit, and the rest of us need to figure out how to help those people to get them to become strong enough to join the rest of us in a progression, moving forward. Like, yes, you know, art is there because we want to appreciate not just, oh, this food is filling my belly, I can now survive another day. Like, we want to give it flavor. We want to create beautiful things with food. Like, that's a form of art. We want to appreciate stories like anime, like in Tsukasa's world. I'm sorry, but anime won't exist because there's no TVs. There's not even time to draw shit in Tsukasa's world because, excuse you, you should be hunting berries. Like, go. There's no time to draw manga. Like, that's his world. Like, what kind of world is that? That's literally living like animals. And Tsukasa is your master, telling you what you can and can't do, killing you when you think too far. Like, what kind of life is that? It's not life. And you're a pet. I don't like Tsukasa. I don't like his beliefs. But he'll come around eventually, I'm sure. He's just he's like, I don't see him. I've already said I don't think he's the main villain, so he's gonna come around because he's not gonna die. There's no tragedy tag on this show, like, you know. This tea is really delicious. No cappuccino machines. Can't even enjoy like a foamy cup of chai latte. People want to, you know, improve. Like, that's just already there's a war because of like Tsukasa. Like, he's talking about that world where war and people are fighting with guns. Like, he's the reason they need guns. Do you not see the irony behind that, Tsukasa? Everything would be lovely and fine if it wasn't for you. Everyone would be living and creating, but eventually, yes, someone is gonna want to fight and they're gonna have to become stronger, and guns will be invented one day anyway, with Tsukasa or not. But my point is, right now, he is the reason guns need to be invented, and that's exactly, like, does he not see the irony in that? Like, eventually, someone's gonna challenge him, and then there's gonna be two factions, and then this faction's gonna kill off this faction, this faction's gonna, like, tribal wars. People are gonna die, but okay, there's no guns, so I can tell you now, if he needs to, he'd kill a child to keep science away. How is that any better than having guns? Like, my point is just, like, people are bad sometimes, but that doesn't, like, mean, oh, science makes us bad. So I got worked up again. I should get, like, a tea that calms you the fuck down, and then whenever I watch Dr. Stone, calm the fuck down tea. That's what I'm gonna drink. Let's see. This anime legit makes my brain hurt, and they said anime teaches you nothing. Take that, non-weebs. Something I think Tsukasa doesn't understand is that eventually society evolves and the classes between people form on their own, so his whole youth and early world style of living is only a temporary fix. Exactly. Like, eventually, my point is, yes, that's gonna happen later, but he is doing it now. How does he not see that? He is controlling and manipulating people and bending them to their will and killing them off if they don't listen to him. How is that any better than our world right now? That's basically our world, except in our world, for the most part, in the good places, like, you know, first world countries, that where most of the world is probably first world countries, I don't know, but most of it, okay, in most of the world right now, if we, like, people, they don't kill you to shut you up or get you to not do something they don't want. If they pay you, like, oh, you have what do you call it, invention that I don't want to, like, we don't want electricity to be free for everyone, so we pay you for that electricity. Like, they don't care, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't like something someone does and he just kills them off. That's not fair. Like, yes, in our world, I'm sure it happens too in some places, but he's doing the same thing. So how is he thinking that in his world, there are no other benefits? Like, it's the same as our world, except no fucking cappuccino, no anime. Like, at least in our world, it's kind of shit, but we can distract ourselves with fun stuff. Tsukasa. What about, like me? In his world, women are only good for procreation. I don't want to have kids. I would literally be dead in his world. I would have no use. I'm not strong. I'm sure there were strong women carrying baskets. I'm not saying that in a prehistoric world or whatever, women are only good for procreation. I'm saying that is the main thing, because men can't do that. I don't want to have babies. Now I'm going to be forced to have babies, because without that, the human race is going to die off, because there's no heaters in winters. Some of them are going to die from cold. They're going to get pneumonia and they're going to die. Like, his world is shit. I'm sorry. Our world is shit too sometimes, but so is his. Like, don't act all high-mighty thinking you're creating paradise, because you're not. Tsukasa. How many episodes will Dr. Stone get? 24. Isn't it 26? No, it's 24. Damn. Only 4 left. Sad. But there's gonna be more seasons, and I am, for one, I'm super excited already. What Tsukasa has got all wrong is that modern technology is not the issue. People are the issue. Exactly! Tsukasa is the issue. We aren't born equal. We have different parents, and our own skills and personalities are different. And some of us are born blind. I cannot see. I would die in that world because I'd walk into a lion's mouth and he wouldn't give a fuck. He would be like, well, nature gave her blind, like she can't see, so we're not inventing glasses, because God forbid we invent glasses, because then science will erupt and then the world would be bad. Excuse me, the world is bad if I can't see. Like, it's not a nice world. Like, everything's a blur. Pink blur, orange and blue blur, which I just know is Ichigo from Bleach, and what's the blue hair guy's name again? I forget because I haven't watched Bleach in a while. What's his name? Ichigo, and it's a cool name, come on. I forget. What Ichigo calls him? Slipped my mind. But now I can read, it says Bleach right there, but that word gets blurred away. Can't even see. Oh, look at that. I can read series, the capture of the post Ichigo and Reaper and series, I guess words behind the thing. I can read them now, but this, just a big old blur, no words, no little details. Oh, but technology can both be used to magnify or reduce these disadvantages, like glasses can cure the fuzzy sickness. Yes, exactly! I want my fuzzy sickness cured. Thank you, science. Like, how can he be that smart and not see that? The more people there are, like, the more Tsukasas there will be. The more Tsukasas there are, the more people will be fighting for power and enforce their beliefs upon others. And when that happens, people choose sides. And when that happens, they fight. And then people die. And then they want to win more, so they invent things and they create different weapons, and then they fight more. And it's going to happen anyway, Tsukasa, so stop it. You're the reason guns are needed now, and it would have taken a long time before it needed to be invented, but because of you, okay. Really good episode, really enjoyed it. Love the pink hair girl's design, absolutely love her design. I'm going to, because I'm working on a little project, and I got an artist I commissioned some artworks. I want to make myself like into characters from different anime, and now, because I knew Dr. Stone was going to end before I even can get the project really off. And now I'm really excited. Like, I know it's ending soon, but I'm going to do it anyway because the season 2 will come eventually. But yeah, I want to be a little Dr. Stone character. I think it would look so cute in those little dresses and with blue hair. I'm excited. Okay. So that's it from my side. I thought this episode was so great. It's so exciting and so funny and so, gripping. And I love the whole, when he showed, how that the girl, the pink-haired girl, she was doing all of that while they were they were the distraction, and she was setting the fires and stuff. I like how it was showed, like those flashes. And then, what was the other thing? Oh, when he was talking about the cell phones, and that whole little general thing that was like, it's so entertaining. There's so much to visually appreciate. It's so fun, and so the music and everything is just so great. I really loved it. Okay, let me know what you guys thought about this episode, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.